the comments by thanking College Bar for our wonderful family, the 3 boys, and my unbelievable wife. I would also like to mention Robert Moskowitz. The truth is, to be honest, I didn't know Robert personally. I saw him around. I benefited tremendously from his work on the committee, having the Kollel, working during the day, so the Kollel is a tremendous asset to me. I have a place away from home, it's a tremendous asset to the community. But I benefited from Robert's work for years without even, of course, having the ability to publicly thank him, but not even, he's always been behind the scenes. But I'm a product of Torah Semis and Torah Chaim myself. I was second grade, right through graduating. So, of course, I'd like to mention Robert Moskowitz and an appreciation for all his work since I'm 8 years old. He's been affecting my life in Torah. I would like to mention my in-laws who came in from New York. They had the furthest journey, so we'll start Rabbi Dr. and Mrs. Dov Rabinowitz. And Yehuda Rabinowitz, my sister-in-law, coming from New York. It's a tremendous chizuk they're always involved tremendously in our lives, and it's a tremendous chizuk that they made it out because they're part of us, and we couldn't do without it. I would like to mention my parents, all the way from North Miami Beach. Rabbi and Mrs. Riesel. It's also tremendous chizuk. You've raised me, you've raised us, you've always been there for us, and of course, you're always tremendously part of our lives, and it's important that you're here to share this with us. I would like to mention the grandparents from both sides, but I'd like to make a specific mention of my father's father, Shmuel Eliezer Riesel, who our second son is named after. Shmuel Eliezer, and he came from the war, and he built a tremendous family, and here we are today. So we have to recognize him at this time. Last but not least, it's an evening of thank yous for the honorees. So I'd like to continue this and maybe just make a quick point. Tonight we'll honoree the Kollel, Miami Beach Community Kollel. And we're sitting here on a weekend. I'm sure most of you driving here notice that there's a lot of things going on in Miami Beach. It's South Beach, Miami Beach. This is the place. In America, this week's the boat show, but there's constantly things happening here. And they say that we live without the Beis Hamikdash. So what do we have? We have the Daled Amos of Torah. That's what we have. We live in our Daled Amos. So the Kollel is mamish that. We have we're sitting in Miami Beach, surrounded by traffic. Things are going on, and we don't even know what's happening. We have young Galata learning Siddharim constantly, 3 Siddharim a day. The Kollel established this place here right in the heart of what's going on, and we have tremendous hakaras tov for the institution, and it's important to mention it. That's what we're celebrating here, and it's a tremendous hakaras tov we have to that. Continuing with that theme, there's many things that the Kollel does for our community. In general, people can make lists and lists of how important it is to have this kind of institution, which is completely dedicated to what their beliefs are. But the one aspect of the Kollel that I'd like to speak about tonight is it's a general concept that we have in Yiddishkeit. Mesilas Yesharim starts off, the key is the side of our beliefs. Is basically understanding, getting a perspective. Is making it clear and believing ourselves what our goal, what is our purpose in this world. Now, the aspect of the Kollel that I think that I like to bring out is it's a tremendous thing. Especially, like I mentioned, we live in the society that we live in, but we have a Kollel that it's always there, consistency. But what it stands for is the perspective that we're as Jews. What's important for us, like Mesilas Yesharim starts off, just having that perspective. It's not about yes, it's important. Mitzvahs and Torah, this is important, but the site to get to that point is just understanding the perspective, our priorities, and every single day we wake up, we daven, we go to work, and having the kollel there 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, it's constantly open, there's constantly sidarim happening there. For me and I think for all of us, what it is, it brings home that perspective, that priorities. We go to work and we get involved in a deal and we're going back and forth, but if we were always constantly remember, what is my purpose in this world? What is my purpose in this world? My purpose in the world is not to close this deal. I need to make a living. That's not my purpose in this world. My purpose in this world is to serve Hashem, and starting off the day in the kollel, ending it at night, it helps us fulfill what the Siyas Hashem says is the foundation of our lives, and that is always constantly having the right perspective and the right priorities. Madana Yom Tov, he brings down a very interesting kasha on the rush, in the beginning of Masechtas Brachos. The Gemara is talking about the Indian of saying Berachas HaTorah in the morning. We all know it's a very important Indian. This refers to the Beis Halevi as a whole Indian of the Nasa V'Nishma and the importance of Berachas HaTorah. But the kasha is, Madana Yom Tov brings a very interesting kasha. Everybody knows one of the first things that we learn is that in Yiddishkeit, the night starts the day. The night is the beginning. Every Yom Tov starts from night. Shabbos starts Friday night. Everything is night. Mariv is the first tefillah, and everything is night, and the night leads into the day. Right? Tonight is the night of Monday. It's not the night of Sunday. The night is before the day. But when it comes to Berachas HaTorah, it's not that way. We go to davening, we go to work, we come back at 8 o'clock at night. No one makes a new Berachas HaTorah. We make Berachas HaTorah in the morning. We don't make a new Berachas HaTorah, but we really should. If it's a new day, if today is Monday night, it's the night for Monday, then tonight if I wanted to sit down and learn, the Berachas HaTorah we made this morning was Sundays. If we want to learn now, we should really make a new Berachas HaTorah now. So there's different pshat, but the Madana Yom Tov says something unbelievable. The pshat that Madana Yom Tov says is that the concept is like this. You wake up in the morning, it's a Sunday morning, I daven. I couldn't learn. The kids were home. I had to maybe go to work for a few hours. The wife, kids. But the bottom line is, we have to remember when we come back at night, it's not that we're off the hook for Sunday. Sorry, I couldn't learn today. I had other responsibilities. I couldn't make it. We have to understand that that's not the way it works. The way it works is we're a poil. We're a worker for the Rebbeinu Shalom. Our job when we wake up on Sunday morning is to learn. We can't learn. So we're like anything else in this world. We owe the Rebbeinu Shalom those hours. If someone works at a job and they need to leave 2 hours early, it's no problem. Come in 2 hours early tomorrow. So says the Madana Yom Tov, when you come at night to learn at night, it's not the pshat that, okay, so now I have time, now I'm going to learn. You're literally paying back. You're paying back the responsibility that you couldn't fulfill in the morning. Okay, it's okay, you couldn't fulfill it. But those hours don't go away. You have to come back, and you have to pay those hours back. So when you're coming at night, at 8 o'clock at night, you're just paying back Sunday's learning. So you don't need to make a new Berachas HaTorah, because the Berachas HaTorah that you made on Sunday, this is the learning for Sunday. I couldn't learn on Sunday, so I'm going to learn on the night for Monday, which would be tonight. So now I don't need a new Berachas HaTorah, because the Berachas HaTorah that I'm going to use the original one that I said Sunday morning, because that's what this learning really is. And that concept, I think that the concept is unbelievable. That just because we have things that we have to do, we have to go make a living, but we can never forget that perspective and the importance of keeping those priorities, of understanding that it's our job in this world to constantly be learning, and if we can't, there's no problem. We have to at least have that, not that it's no problem, everyone has their own shiloh, but the point is that we have to understand that that's where we really should be. And when we're in that deal and we're fighting it off and we're trying to close that deal, remember, but you know what, I should be learning now. It just has that much of a difference, understanding where we come from and what we should be. It puts everything into perspective. I left off purposely one of the most important thank yous that I had. I mentioned it briefly, but I didn't go into depth. And the reason why is because I thought that it would be important to go through this Madana Yom Tov, the whole concept of perspective first. My wife, as the Rosh Kollel mentioned, is a tremendous part of my learning. And it's not just that. It's a lot of people do kindness and do chesed in this world, but if you think about it, there's different levels of chesed. I think the litmus test for chesed is, you have to drive out of your way to pick somebody up, and it ruins your whole schedule. The litmus test is when you finish. So a lot of times people say, and I do it myself, like, you know what, I'm an hour on my way. All right, I did a nice mitzvah, but mamish, an hour out of my way, what a disaster, my whole schedule is turned around. But for my wife, it's not that way. She understands. And the reason I think is the same concept, and it applies to my learning, but it applies to the way she lives her life. And that is, she understands that it's my job to pick this person up now. It's not that I'm not an hour late. An hour, my job was not to go shopping. My job was to do whatever the Rebbeinu Shalom wanted. And right now, that's driving this person. So I'm not an hour late. I thought I was supposed to go shopping now, but it turns out I'm not supposed to go shopping now. So you don't even have those feelings of regret about the schedule and about anything else that life throws that day. So of course I'd like to finally mention my wife, because it affects my learning as well, and she understands this. Many women would rather their husbands be home on a Friday night or Monday Shabbos playing Scrabble or Monopoly or checkers. She would beat me at all those anyways. But the truth is that she understands that it's important for me, and important for our family to what's important for us in this world. I'd like to conclude. If everyone notices behind me, the Kollel actually has a slogan, and people kind of just go through it quickly. I think I'll peep there at the drush on what we're saying tonight. I may have shot at the slogan here, right? You see it on all the cards that you get in the mail. It's your Kollel, be a part of it, right? It's your Kollel, be a part of it. Something just always bothered me. If it's my Kollel, then I'm already part of it. Like, be a part of it seems like an active thing, as your Kollel.